walking, and walking kind of like in the light drizzle. Walking. So I'm quite late to walking actually. I picked up this hobby in March this year. So prior to that, I was just a gym goer. I go to the gym, I carry weights, and I leave the gym. Yeah. So not much on walking. So until when I started to want to lose belly fat. Yeah, so now I'm really quite lean now, about 10 to 12%, maybe 12%. Yeah, so I wanted to lose some belly fat, and that's how I picked up walking. But so today I'm not going to talk about the health benefits. I think everyone is aware of the health benefits. I want to talk about something that I personally felt. So I've been doing my daily walks. Not daily walks, but frequent walks. I would say frequent walks, not daily. So my frequent walks, like an average of 5 times a week or 4 times a week. Usually in the morning. These days I've kind of fallen off of waking up early, so they're usually in the afternoons now. But what happens when you are walking? So if your goal is to lose fat, is the best, because when you're walking, it's a very constant, it's a very steady state cardio. I think you probably have heard it before. It's a steady state cardio. So unlike a burst of like sprinting or like running or like HIIT, high interval intensive training, it's very fast paced. So it's believed that when you are in walking, you actually mobilize fat loss a little better because of the steady state walking. Whereas when you're doing HIIT, this is just kind of like belief, science belief, or maybe bro science, that when you are actually doing high intensity training, you burn more glycogen, which is glucose, which is sugar stored in your muscle. So that's what they believe. And okay, so anyway, back to, if you are really just focusing on fat loss, walking for say 12,000, 14,000, 15,000, 16,000 steps, it's going to be highly beneficial actually. So the best thing about walking is, other than the health benefits, is what I like to do is I like to walk in nature. Like I like to, not really nature, like in parks. So when you walk in parks, you get to be surrounded by trees, and if you're lucky enough, you walk by the sea, you get to feel the breeze and everything. So it's very comfortable. It makes you very relaxed. You feel, you just feel very calm. That's what I feel when I'm walking outdoors. You can also go to the gym and walk in treadmills. There are a lot of reasons that you can do. You might want to do that because of convenience or safety. You can do that also. The best thing about walking is actually, what I like to do is I like to start my walk with some multitasking. So I'll be replying some messages, planning the day a little bit while I walk, and that will usually take about 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. Then after I'll do a sprint. If time allows, if it's like a 1 hour walking session, I will do 20-30 minutes of like texting, replying to my clients, my students, and planning for the next day, set some goals like what I want to do for the channel, and then after that I will start my run. So the initial start of walking and planning is actually very good, because when you're walking, I usually do it without headphones. So I am in a very relaxed state. I can kind of focus better. And yeah, I usually do it fasted, so I don't eat, which make me very sharp. So I can actually plan my thoughts and plan my messages a little better in that sense. Yeah, so I will batch all these activities together and start my walk. After about 20-30 minutes, I will do a little bit of running, maybe like 2 km or 3 km. Yeah, and then that will be my entire session. After running, while I cool down, that's when I start to record videos for this channel, where I just kind of quickly once I have some insights for some topics, I will just take out my phone and I'll just record and just upload them unedited. So it's actually, yeah, I'm killing a lot of birds in one stone. So this is just a little advice on walking and daily walks. So if you are talking about results, I think I have been doing it since March. I weighed about 75 kg back then, about 15% body fat. Now I am about 71 to 72 kg, much leaner, if you can see. Yeah. So, yeah. And it's the best.